Good morning, students. In the last month, we have covered two chapters, demand and the related chapters. So we have already covered chapter 2, that is demand and law of demand. And there were 8 modules that were uploaded in the school website. Next chapter we did was chapter 4, elasticity of demand. Of this chapter, 6 modules have been uploaded on the website. In the upcoming time, we will be planning to do chapter 5, that is supply, chapter 9, forms of market, and chapter 7, law of returns. Now, moving on to the supply chapter 5, this is the first video of your chapter supply. Now, demand was from point of view of consumer and supply is from the point of view of producer. Okay, demand was from point of view of consumer and supply is from the point of view of producer. In this module, I'll explain you the meaning and the definition of supply, the difference between stock and supply, and what do you mean by individual supply and market supply. Different quantities of a commodity which producers are keyword willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a particular time period. So what does supply means? It means the different quantities of a commodity which producers are. When we talk about willing to produce, it means the producer is ready to produce that commodity. He is willing to produce that commodity. And offer for sale means he is ready to bring that particular product into market. He is ready to offer it for sale, or you can say he is ready to bring it into the market or the shop to sale. Okay, at different prices during a particular time period. Now we come to various keywords that are required in a supply statement. You can see the first point is different quantities. There must be different quantities at different prices. Okay. Second keyword is willing to produce and offer for sale. The producer must be willing to produce, or he must be ready to produce that particular commodity, and at the same time, the second condition is he must be ready to sell it. I'm not saying that whatever he is ready to be selling will be sold. I am saying that he must be ready to sell that particular commodity or offer it for sale. Okay, and at different prices, different quantities, price is a must. Any supply statement must have a price, and a supply statement must have a particular time period also. You can see the supply statement. It says at price rupees 5 lakhs, the supply of cars is 200 for a period of 1 month. Now we will see in the supply keyword, everything is there. Different prices there, rupees 5 lakh. Supply of cars is 200. The quantity is there. And also the particular time period is there. So the statement says at price rupees 5 lakhs, the supply of cars is 200 for a period of 1 month. For a statement to become supply, it must have a price. The producer must be willing to produce it and offer it for sale. The quantity must be given and it should be for a particular time period. Say 1 week, 1 month, or it may be 1 year. Now we move on to the next topic, that is the difference between stock and supply. It's a very important question and it's a very commonly asked question in the exams. Okay, what is the difference between stock and supply? I have written over there stock or intended supply, and supply means the actual supply. Okay, now the term is, the keyword or the difference here is whether they are offering it for sale in the market or not. Okay, the key word or the difference between them is whether the producer is ready to offer it for sale or not. Let us do this topic in detail. Stock, the total amount of the commodity available with the producers at any given time. So what is meant by stock? Whatever the producers are producing, okay, whatever quantity they have of the product, whatever they are producing is what is called the stock. It is also called intended supply, means the producer, if he wishes, can supply the commodity. Again, I am repeating, the producer, if he wishes, can supply this particular commodity. So it is called intended supply. And supply is a part of the stock. Supply is a part of the stock that the producers, supply is that part of the stock which the producers are willing to bring into the market and offer it for sale. So the main difference between the two is, I told you the point in the starting itself, it is offer for sale. In the concept of stock, they have not offered it for sale, but in supply, they are producing that commodity, plus they are ready to sell it in the market, or they are offering it for sale in the market. Okay, now that is why the supply term is also called actual supply. Second point, stock is simply the amount available with the producers. Okay, whatever the producers have produced till now is what is called the stock. And what is supply? Supply is the amount offered for sale in the market. So out of the things produced, out of the commodities produced, what is the quantity that the producer is ready to bring into the market? That is termed as the actual supply. The third difference says that stock is expressed at a point of time. It means on a particular date, at a particular point of time. And supply is expressed over a period of time. So suppose I say that a producer has 600 bottle of cold drink. Suppose a producer has 600 bottles of cold drink on 1st May. That is having no time dimension. So on a particular date, 1st May, the producer has 600 bottles of cold drink. It is stock. And when I say that in a period of 1 month, when I say in 1 month the producer supplies 500 bottles of cold drink. In 1 month the producer supplies 500 bottles of cold drink. It is expressed over a period of time. I am talking about some time dimension. So that is the concept of supply. There are two concepts. One is firm and one is industry. A firm is one unit and a group of firms is called industry. Again, a firm is one unit and a group of firms is called industry. Okay, keeping in mind, we do the difference between individual supply and market supply, and we'll also discuss the meaning of it. Individual supply is the supply by only one producer or one firm, and market supply is the supply by all producers or all the firms. That is why market supply is also called industry supply. Individual supply is one firm, market supply is all the firms. This is why market supply, being group of firms, is also called industry supply. The quantity of a commodity which one producer is willing to produce and offer for sale is called individual supply, and the quantity of a commodity which all producers for a particular product are willing to produce and offer for sale is called market supply. Quantity supplied by one firm is individual supply, and sum total of supply by all the firms is called market supply. You take the example of a toothpaste. Pepsodent, for example, is a brand. Okay, so the supply by one single firm of Pepsodent is the individual supply, and supply by all the firms like Colgate, Pepsodent, many more are there, Close Up. So the total of supply of toothpaste by all these firms will be referred as market supply.